.3 Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. It's a beautiful Friday. Oh, what a week. Except Carla is special for us on Friday on Health Station. Hello, Carla. How are you?
Hi, Joyce. Thanks for having me again. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, I can.
So TGIF again, Joyce. I always ask you the same question. What
Carla,
are you up for the week?
I like the way your eyes lit up once, like, TGIF.
Seriously, for me, this show is the opening of my weekend. So once I'm done with the show, I close my laptop and I am ready for whatever the weekend
the way
brings.
your eyes
I don't know if you have the same attitude as I do.
Well, you know, but I think there's a special reaction you give. Like, just looking at you right now, the light in your eyes. I'm like, honey, I'm coming to your house.
Anybody's welcome. Being in this show is like being in my house, Joyce.
Oh,
so you're welcome.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
So welcome to the Health Station. Welcome everyone listening right now. I hope you're all tuned in. I hope you're enjoying this Harmattan weather. Surprising day, very nice weather. I'm enjoying the cool breeze.
Yeah.
But anyway, talking about cool, we're going to talk about hot today. And we're actually going to talk about hot climate and spicy food. Can you make a relationship with that?
Well, yeah, I'm wondering why you're interested. I know a few Europeans who are not necessarily very good with spicy food.
Honey, I'm a Niger girl. I eat spice like I eat salt. It's the same thing. Oh.
Nice.
I love it. I love it. For me, I mean, look, that's the thing. Today we're going to talk about, but it's true. It's a very acquired taste for many people to enjoy spicy food.
Yeah.
Actually, I was just having lunch with a friend and I was all happy. I was going to offer her some Thai curried shrimp soup.
Oh, nice.
And she was about to take the first bite and she's like, is it
spicy?
I said, seriously? Don't tell me you don't eat spice. I need you to taste this. She's like, no spice.
No,
So,
okay.
yeah, I mean, some people just can't tolerate it. Yeah. And some people cannot, including myself, if I don't have spice, whether it's from the pepper itself or as a powder, I don't enjoy my food. I think I was raised like that ever since I lived in Kano.
Oh, that's lovely.
I mean, I'm a northern girl, so for me, spice was part of the food. Anyway, so today we are talking about really this whole thing people keep on talking about, hot climate and spicy food. We're talking about countries like Nigeria, India, Sri Lanka, Mexico, Thailand, and many other countries. So what exactly is being said? And we will be opening the lines to all of you listening to us right now, 0700-993-993-993. I would love to know what you have to say about spice. If you like to spice it up when you're eating, and if you don't, why not? But before we open the lines, I want you to look at, if you look at the map of global cuisine, all right, you'll notice that the hotter the climate, the spicier the food in general. So you would think, is this by chance?
Yeah.
Is this an evolution of the spicy food culture that is actually coinciding when it comes to where it is being consumed the most, like hot countries? And if you actually dig into it and you do the proper research, because look, there's a lot of resources out there. And if you just click spicy food, hot climate, you will see that most of them come up with three main common theories, regardless of the resource you're reading from, regardless of that. The first one is that spices have this antimicrobial and antiparasitic property, and they actually help protect people from meat and other protein that can spoil rather quickly, and specifically in a hot climate. And they also help to mask off this, the flavor, this meaty flavor aftertaste of meat that is about to go bad as well. So from an evolutionary perspective, the people who prepared spicy food dishes had a higher chance of survival, let's say, from foodborne illnesses or disease, and so also instructed their offsprings, their kids or the grandkids, to use spices as well. And so this went on from one generation to a generation as a practice for hundreds or even thousands of years. So that's one of the theories. Now, the second theory is spicy food causes people to sweat. Now, I've seen people cry when they eat spicy food. Sweat? Well, let's put it this way. Uh, Sweat is the body's way to cool off. All right, that's why you sweat. Now, more precisely, the spices trigger a very slight increase in your metabolism, but I mean slight as in 8%. That's not like you're going to be going above that. That's a really general percentage. 8% is really very negligible. And this raises the temperature of your body very slightly. I'm really saying very slight, so you can really realize how slight that progress is. So this induces sweating, of course, as a mechanism for cooling, but also very negligible. So some people say that. And another theory is hot weather acts like a natural appetite suppressant, yet spicy food acts like a natural appetite stimulant, which is why, they counteract. So there is so much information out there. I don't know what you think about those three theories, Joyce.
Actually, I actually do agree with you. But when you started introducing the topic, I think my curiosity was one of your lines in your introduction when you said, "How come the hot climates actually eat spicy food and then the cold ones not so much?" I actually thought it would be the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm actually waiting for you to see where this goes.
Yeah. So as I said, what I noticed is in the research is that there's a lot of generalization when it comes to spicy food benefits. Okay, so they might be telling you about one specific spice, and then automatically it's generalized that all spices do that as well. So it's something you should be careful when you're reading. But talking about hot climates, I looked into it, and I actually looked into a source that is the most recent, 2021. I'll tell you what it is later. There is little evidence, unfortunately and surprisingly, that spicy food in hot countries is an adaptation to reducing infection risk. Yes, it is being consumed in a lot of hot countries, but that's not the reason why. Is not, as this popular belief is, that we are using spicy food because we're prone to foodborne illnesses, so we're using spicy food to reduce this infection from food. So don't get me wrong, a lot of spices have proven to be very beneficial for health, but I'm talking specifically about this theory that spicy foods help people survive in hot climates, which is why you see it most there, where the risk of infection from food can actually have big costs in terms of their health and survival. So that being said, the source I went into was from the Natural Human Behavior, Journal of Natural Human Behavior. It's an article that dates from 2021. And I found out that there was a researcher called Lyndall Broham. You don't need to know all the details, but they actually wanted to test that theory. So they dug into more than 33,000 recipes from 70 cuisines containing 93 different spices. So I'm giving you an idea of the scale of this study, how big it was. And they found that while using some spices is related to the risk of foodborne illnesses, it also is linked to many other health outcomes, even causes of death in some cases that have nothing to do with the risk of infection. In some cases, they mention car accidents. I don't know how, but that's how it is.
That's weird.
That's very weird. So I'm not going to go too much, but the end game is what? There is no link between spicier foods and climate variation, the density of human population or cultural diversity, the number of different crops grown, or even the number of spices that are grown naturally in an area. Okay. So that's surprising, despite all that popular belief. So the bottom line is that their analysis ruled out that there is this notion that spicier food is primarily a cultural adaptation to reducing this risk of infection from food. I would love to know what Nigerians think about this, because it goes against what we thought, what I personally thought back in the days. And I really went through that and realized you should really know where you're reading your information from. 0700-993-993-993. Let's open the lines, Joyce, as I move on in more explanation.
All right.
So once again, my take is, and if we do have a caller, let me know. My take is, eating spicy food may not be automatically, spicy food in general, I'm not talking about specific spices where specific studies have been done. We're talking about spicy food in general, may not be related to reducing the risk of infection, but you do have some research out there that focuses on specific spices for different things, like triglyceride level. There was a...
I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait. I think we
Yeah.
have a person on the telephone. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
afternoon.
Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Ngozi. I'm calling you from Isola.
Beautiful. I guess you have a question
Thanks
for
for
Carla.
calling. Go ahead.
Not necessarily a question, but talking about spice,
Yeah.
I'm also a very good fan of using spices. In fact, I grow spices a lot, and I like using them fresh. I enjoy a whole lot of them. As she just rightly said, you have a whole lot of benefits using spices. Sometimes you can even use some of them to detox your system. In fact, if you are a spice addict, you rarely fall
False.
ill, honestly. That's
Yeah,
the truth.
Carla, you need to speak on that. Thank you very much for highlighting that. We're going to make that Carla's work. Thank you. Carla, you heard her, yeah?
What was the last sentence? If you're a spice addict, you what? Sorry, I'm going to have
You
to waste
rarely
a bit of...
you rarely get ill. What do
Yeah.
you say?
Well, once again, there's a lot of research out there. I'm not saying that spices are not healthy. They are. Trust me. I
Oh,
was
you
just
haven't
about
said
to-
that. No, you
Yeah,
haven't
I was
said
just
that.
about to say that you have turmeric, garlic, oregano, paprika, rosemary, cinnamon, black pepper, cloves, so many out there. Even the cayenne pepper, which is the chili pepper. In the contrary, it does have some benefits. They have a lot of antioxidants, which is why maybe you don't get to fall sick that much. But what I am trying to get people to understand is that this climate adaptation from spice food is a theory that has been proved to be not very correct.
Okay.
It has. I'm not talking about a spice. We're talking about spices helping fight infections coming from food. This theory of staying in a hot environment, so I have to eat more spice so that I don't get a food poison, is not directly related to, okay, you're in a hot country, so definitely this is going to work. You can be in any other country and
I don't know if Nigerians ever thought that. I think maybe that's the question you're trying to ask. I've
That's
never had the
exactly it.
idea that eating, spice or having more spice would
Many
prevent me.
Nigerians do have that spicy food will help fight against
Food
food
poisoning. Oh,
But once
really?
again, there are many spices, Nigerian spices, I can tell you, that are amazing. You have iru, you have what else? Ehu,
Sorry, could you hold your
ziza.
thoughts? You have somebody on the
Yeah.
telephone, caller.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Carla.
Carla, yeah.
Hi, thanks
Yeah.
for calling. Go ahead.
Just Lopez's name. Please, when you say spicy, are you saying spicy as in peppery,
Or
Yeah,
or
well asked.
spicy? Maybe you put a lot of things in the
Yes,
food.
yes. Thank you for mentioning that.
Which
yeah.
one?
which
When
one?
I
Thank
say-
you.
Because
Yeah.
me,
That's
pepper.
Yeah, as a Yoruba guy, yeah? Yeah, I get that. All right,
I
she's
don't
going to
know
try
if
answer
that-
your question.
when I say spices, yes, exactly. Thank you for asking that question. When I say spices, it's not the chili pepper only. It's all kinds of spices being used. I'm not talking specifically about the atargo, also known as red pepper, chili pepper,
You want to help
whatever.
her out?
Not just that.
Pinyal is Yoruba. She laughed at you with that one.
I,
Go ahead. You try. Don't mind her. You try.
So yeah, so go ahead, say it. I mean, maybe I can learn from you, but I mean, you know what I mean, because I've eaten that. I always eat atargo, whatever. Atargu,
Atagungun.
atargu.
Gungun.
I'm getting it.
Gung
Oh yeah,
gung gung
oh yeah.
gung.
For me, it's atargo. I'll just stop there. You know what
All
I'm talking about. All right. So what I'm talking about is spices in general. Once again, you have studies on different spices that have shown that they're beneficial for longevity. You have studies on cinnamon that has shown that it speeds up metabolism. You have studies on curcumin that shows that its spices combat the spice combats inflammation. You have on capsaicin, which is actually the active compound in chili pepper, such as atargu, and 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 yes, you find that it helps inhibit the growth of some bacteria, not all of them. But the problem is that they tend to generalize it a lot, and also to inhibit the growth of prostate cancer in mice. You have cumin and turmeric, also spices that help kill bacteria, specific kinds of bacteria. Once again, the list is long. I'm not arguing that spices are unhealthy. In the contrary, I'm a full promoter of spices, but we are arguing the point where spicy food, hot climate, big reason to be together. No, there's no big reason for these two to be together. And that research that, as I said, took over 33,000 recipes and how many, 98 different spices and 70 cuisines, made in 2021. It actually comes from the Australian National University. You can look it up. And it tells you that there is no link between spicier foods and climate variation or density of population, and the list goes on.
I want to ask a question. Who do you think spices their food more? Because honestly, this topic you're sharing today, I have not had that persuasion. It's never really crossed my mind that, it's never really crossed my mind. So maybe if you can help rough estimate, who you think spice their food more? Africans, Europeans, Asians, Australians? Americans don't spice their food. They wouldn't win this one.
I would actually say
Africans.
No, I would say Mexicans.
Oh.
I don't know why. I just feel that they have put too many spices, maybe too much chili, or more than spice, if I would say that. But then you have Indian food. Also, the Nigerian food.
Yeah, the Nigerian food has a lot of spice in it.
It has a lot of spices as well. I mean, as I was saying, you have the curry powder, the ewe seeds, the ogiri. Am I saying it right?
Ogiri, yeah.
The uziza, the ewe, the iru, I'm just thinking out loud here. I mean, these are all great spices that come with a lot of benefits. But once again, my point for this show is not about going against spices. In the contrary, it's about don't go for that theory, hot climate, spices, these go together. Not necessarily.
Okay. Hello.
Is that the question? Hello.
Hello. Can you turn off your radio?
Yeah, I've turned it off.
Okay, what's your name?
Hello, Joyce.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Name is Chibike.
Welcome, Chibike.
My name is Chibike from Sulere.
Thank you.
Hi, thanks for calling.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I called to know if too much of curry and thyme if it's good for the body, like when you add it to your food.
Too much. When you say too much, like how would Carla understand how will I understand too much? You put like a whole teen in your stew?
No, like when you are eating it regularly.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Carla, can you help us out?
Yeah. So he's asking about curry, right?
And thyme, yeah. And eating it a lot, regularly.
Okay.
How bad or how good is it?
Okay. So curry, you should know, is a mixture of spices, Joyce.
Mm-hmm.
So curry is a mixture of spices. And one of the main spices in curry is known as turmeric. That's what makes it yellow.
Yeah.
And turmeric has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties. It also has helped, curry has been known to have a lot of beneficial effects. But there's one thing I want to go up to about spices and curry, because curry tends to be very, very hot sometimes. People enjoy it hot.
I love it hot.
One thing about chili pepper, because if it's hot, it's that they've added chili pepper to it. And despite chili pepper fighting also inflammatory, knowing to reduce the risk of prostate cancer, as I was saying, lowering type 2 diabetes in some studies as well, even aiding in weight management in some studies as well, because of what you call thermogenesis. Despite these benefits, it is possible to eat too many hot peppers. So if your curry is too hot, there is a possibility to eat too much. While the peppers heat, it does provide benefits of killing off, some bacteria. But studies have also confirmed that eating an excessive amount of spicy food like pepper, this is what I'm specific, is associated with gastric cancer. Of course, I'm not telling you to stop eating it, but eat in moderation if it's very pepperish. Enjoy spicy food, but we're talking about cayenne pepper, which is also known as chili hot pepper.
Okay, we have a tribe, Carla. I wanted to find out what you would say about that. The Yorubas, for example, they eat a lot of like pepper food. They love I think if you had like a Yoruba friend and there was no pepper in that food, she probably wouldn't eat it. Like they have a culture for that. So given what you're saying, should they be careful, wary?
No.
Okay.
No, not that much. When I'm saying overeating, that means really overeating, which, I mean, I'm just trying to give you an example. Some people have this, like it's
addiction type levels of consumption?
Addiction type level of overeating. But if
Okay.
you are naturally eating pepper like I do at every meal, there's nothing wrong with it. I've tasted the Nigerian food. I know what it tastes like, and I know when you say pepper, it's pepper. Yeah, but we're talking about extremely high levels of pepper. I wish I could give you like if you want to sprinkle pepper in your food at every meal, it's fine, but don't go. I mean, no
The
one
telephone
would eat
lines are
30
ringing, Carla. Sorry.
Would you eat 30 grams of pepper in one go?
No,
Powder?
I wouldn't. No.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. If you're
Okay.
eating an ounce per meal, that's a lot. If you're just sprinkling in your stew, that's nothing wrong with that.
Oh.
And another thing, if life gives you pepper, what do you make, Joyce?
Make some stew, actually.
Make pepper soup.
Okay, so
pepper soup.
someone has a question for Carla.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We are
Welcome.
your
Yes.
fans, Carla. We want to talk to Carla.
Sure. Carla, your fans are here. Go ahead. You have a question for her.
No, we just want to tell her that we love her and we love her show and we love what she's doing for us in Nigeria. So
Oh,
informative.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, wow. What's your
Oh my
name, by the
God.
way? What's your name?
What's your name?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
What's your name?
I'm Esther.
Esther. Carla, Esther sends you hugs and kisses.
Where are you calling from, Esther?
Tell her we love her. Thank you very much.
Thank you. She wants to know where you're calling from. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from VI.
Okay. All right.
Thank you,
Thank you
Esther.
very
Thank
much for
you.
calling, Esther. Yeah, Carla, people loving what you're doing, saving the world.
All right.
One more call, Carla. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome. We don't have so much time left. If you have a question, just go to it. If you have a comment, Carla's waiting.
Okay, thank you. I'm a Yoruba man. I eat pepper a lot, and I'm going to my 60. You see, I'm not affected in any way, so that's what I just want to say.
How much pepper do you eat? Let's Carla understand what you mean when you say you eat pepper a lot. So, for example, 100 naira pepper in the market, 100 naira pepper. How much? Okay.
It's almost 150 to 200 naira pepper.
Oh, like 200 naira worth of pepper in a pot of food.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So number one, just make sure. Let me put something straight, Joyce. We all know that in the market, not all pepper powders are equal.
It might be fresh pepper he's even referring to, so there's that possibility.
It is a possibility, but most of the pepper powders sometimes you buy might not be 100% pepper. They might be adding some
Very
paprika
true.
to it or anything else to reduce cost. So I really can't say, but all I can say is if you have problems, gastric problems, you might be underlying problems, you might be wondering why, like reflux, ulcer, constipation, or what have you, or you have it in the family. I mean,
Yeah.
an ounce, 30 grams of pepper powder at one go is quite a lot. I would reduce. I mean, too much of anything at the end of the day is not something I would advise, no matter what.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. I was
Thanks for
hoping
having
that you would have a little bit more time. Let's ask you about some of the side effects that could emerge from excessive consumption of peppers. It might help people who are dealing with those issues currently know how to measure and manage pepper consumption.
I can answer this in one question, Joyce. It all depends on the person. There's something we believe in. It's bio-individuality. For me, having this much pepper might not bother me, but for you, if you have half of what I'm
Perfect.
having, it must. So the thing is, listen to your body. That's the answer. If you feel heartburn, if you feel that you're coughing too much after eating, if you feel stomach ache, listen. See what you ate. Try to work by elimination. It might be the pepper that just doesn't suit your body. As simple as that. There is no one rule of thumb.
Thank you. See you
Thanks
next week,
for having me.
Carla. Bye-bye. Have a beautiful weekend.
Bye.
We're
Thank
off
you
on
for
a
having me.
break.
Bye.
We'll be right back.
Dial 0805 510 0010. You can also send us an email via
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.